Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're diving deep into the Glock 29, compact powerhouse that's been turning heads in the firearm community. Let's break down its performance, design, and whether it's worth your hard-earned cash. First off, the Glock 29 is a subcompact 10mm pistol, and right off the bat, that's a unique selling point. Most subcompacts on the market are 9mm or .380, so the 10mm chambering here is a big deal. If you're not familiar, 10mm is a potent round, originally designed for law enforcement back in the 80s, and it's known for its stopping power. The Glock 29 is essentially a scaled-down version of the full-size Glock 20, but don't let its size fool you, it's still packing serious heat. Looking at the specs, the Gen 5 version measures 6.85 inches overall with a 3.78-inch barrel featuring polygonal rifling. That barrel length is shorter than a full-size duty gun, but longer than typical subcompacts, which should help with velocity and accuracy. The Gen 4 model, which is also available, has similar dimensions but slightly different ergonomics. Both generations are built on Glock's Safe Action system, which includes trigger safety, firing pin safety, and drop safety. That's 3 layers of protection, making it a reliable choice for carry or home defense. Now, performance. The Glock 29 is often called small but mighty, and for good reason, firing full-power 10mm loads. This pistol delivers between 600 to 800 foot-pounds of energy, depending on the ammo. To put that into perspective, a standard 9mm round might hit around 350 foot-pounds. That's a significant jump, making the G29 a contender for hunting or wilderness protection where you might encounter larger game. But with great power comes, well, a bit more kick. Recoil is definitely a factor here. The G29's compact frame means you'll feel the 10mm punch more than in the larger Glock 20. If you're used to 9mm, there's a learning curve, but that's not necessarily a downside. It's a trade-off for the cartridge's performance. The grip texture and ergonomics on the Gen 5 have been updated to help manage that recoil, with interchangeable backstraps to fit different hand sizes. Still, practice is key if you plan to carry this for self-defense. Accuracy-wise, the Glock 29 holds its own. The 3.78-inch barrel paired with Glock's consistent trigger pull around 5.5 pounds means you can get decent groupings at 15-25 yards. It's not a target pistol, but for a subcompact, it's surprisingly precise. The fixed sights are standard Glock fare, nothing fancy but functional. If you want to upgrade, there are plenty of aftermarket options, as in carryability. The G29 is 4.5 inches tall and 7 inches long. That's definitely chunkier than a Glock 26 9mm subcompact, but it's still concealable if you're using the right holster and clothing. For context, the G29 is often compared to the G19 in size, but with more power. If you're someone who prioritizes carry comfort, this might be a stretch. But for those who want 10mm without going full size, it's a solid compromise. Durability is classic Glock, no surprises there. The polymer frame is lightweight, about 24 ounces unloaded, and resistant to the elements. I've heard stories of Glocks running reliably in muddy, sandy, or wet conditions, and the G29 is no exception. It's a workhorse, plain and simple. Now the big question, who is this gun for? If you're a hunter looking for a backup sidearm, or someone who spends time in bear country, the 10mm power is a huge plus. It's also a great option for those who want a versatile pistol that can handle anything from self-defense to trail protection. However, if you're a casual shooter or prioritize minimal recoil for quick follow-up shots, the 10mm might be more than you need. The G29 isn't a beginner's gun, but it's a rewarding one for experienced shooters. Price-wise, the Glock 29 isn't the cheapest option out there. Gen 4 models typically start around $600–$650, while Gen 5 versions might run a bit higher. Depending on the retailer, note, specific pricing can vary. Check current listings. Compared to other 10mm handguns, though, it's competitively priced. You're paying for Glock's reputation for reliability, and in this case, that's a fair trade. In terms of aftermarket support, Glock's ecosystem is massive. You can customize the G29 with everything from extended magazines to red dot sights. The Gen 5 even comes with front serrations, which are a nice touch for those who prefer a more aggressive grip. So is the Glock 29 worth buying? If you need a compact 10mm that's reliable and packs a punch, absolutely. It's not the easiest shooter, but it's a tool designed for specific purposes, and it excels in those roles. For concealed carry, it's doable, but requires commitment to training. For the right user, though, this little beast is a game changer. Thanks for watching. If you've got a Glock 29 or are considering one, drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next review. Stay safe and we'll see you next time.